100 years, Universal has created some of the most memorable and beloved characters seen on screen.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me.
Time and again, these characters have delighted and inspired us, allowing us to explore new worlds, uncover our deepest fears,
I'm not an animal!
and discover our inner hero.
Someone started all this, and I'm gonna find them.
They are characters that are universal. As early as 1931, Universal was terrifying audiences everywhere with Bela Lugosi's immortal Dracula.
I am Dracula.
At the time, it was unknown whether audiences would embrace such a serious supernatural thriller. But the gamble paid off at the box office and paved the way for the success of Boris Karloff's fearsome Frankenstein,
He's alive!
as well as his beautiful bride, and a host of other spine-tingling monsters.
Look, he's all eaten away.
Yet some of the most memorable monsters were not created by actors, but by innovative special effects. In 1975, Steven Spielberg would stun audiences with Jaws, combining mechanical effects with clever filmmaking to create a shark so terrifying that people to this day are wary of getting in the water.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Later, computer technology would create images of a terrifying T-Rex in Jurassic Park,
You feel that?
as well as updates of the Mummy, and even King Kong, ensuring that these characters would continue to frighten for generations to come.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
But some of the most fearsome characters in Universal's library have been the human ones, depicting the all-too-real horror of our most chilling instincts. Who could forget Barbara Stanwyck as the original femme fatale in Double Indemnity? A character so disturbing, censors insisted that her murderous deeds be done off-screen, leaving audiences haunted by her sinister smile instead. But there was no censoring Al Pacino's performance of drug lord Tony Montana in the gangster epic Scarface.
Who put this thing together? Me! That's who! Who do I trust? Me!
His downfall was a lesson in glamour and brutality, and transformed the character into a cultural icon.
Say hello to my little friend!
But perhaps the most frightening of all is Anthony Perkins' deadly depiction of Psycho, Norman Bates, a man whose fractured psyche manifested itself as a meek manager, as well as his murderous mother. Yet some of Universal's most exciting characters have been those struggling to overcome their demons.
As long as we live, we must stay true to ourselves.
As Spartacus, Kirk Douglas's rebellious slave, must lead a revolt against the ruthless Roman Empire without becoming the monster he wishes to escape.
I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus!
While Matt Damon's tortured assassin Jason Bourne must race against time to atone for his bloody past before it catches up with him.
You said I'd be saving American lives.
But Universal has also shown that a hero doesn't need to be bold
This aggression will not stand, man.
or exceptional, as proven in the cult classic, The Big Lebowski. As the Dude, Jeff Bridges portrayed a hilarious hero who took a more laid-back approach to dealing with criminals.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
Many of Universal's classic characters have made us laugh throughout the years, not because they were extraordinary, but because we recognize them in our own lives. They are the characters we knew in high school.
That was my skull! I'm so wasted!
And the party animals we met in college.
I'm a zit. Get it?
We recognize them as the girl next door.
Fred, she's gotten her boobies.
Oh, I'd better go get my magnifying glass.
Or even our Blues Brothers.
Hit it.
Yet most unforgettable of all are the out-of-time and out-of-this-world characters inspired by the imagination.
1.21 gigawatts.
Who can forget Christopher Lloyd's timeless Doc Brown and the blockbuster adventure Back to the Future?
We're sending you back to the future.
Teamed up with Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, their antics across the space-time continuum would inspire 2 sequels and a popular theme park attraction.
I finally invent something that works!
However, no character is as universally loved as E.T., the extraterrestrial who befriended a lonely boy and stole audiences' hearts everywhere.
E.T. phone home.
Steven Spielberg's homesick little alien would not only break box office records, but would depict the triumph of the human spirit better than any human character ever could.
Ouch. Ouch.
These are Universal's characters, challenging audiences to look at themselves and the world in new and exciting ways. They are characters that transcend time and space and will continue to live in our hearts for the next 100 years.